Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. This is just going to be a recent finds video, just some stuff that I've picked up over the past couple of weeks. Not a ton of stuff, but definitely some very, very good stuff that I was happy to get in my collection. Mainly all Japanese pressings, which is kind of nice. So I'm still doing that process of, selling off stuff and kind of replacing it with Japanese pressings and that type of thing. So that process is still going pretty well, and I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. Share with you a couple of really cool, what I refer to as kind of core finds. Twisted Sister, Stay Hungry. Of course, everyone knows this album very, very well. And this is definitely one of the core albums in my music life. Early on, when I was a kid, I had my little radio, I had my little single cassette thing, and you had one or two songs that you recorded from here and there and that type of thing. But the first actual full albums that I got, that I listened to from front to back all the time and just got seared into my mind, number one was Billy Idol's Rebel Yell, and number two was Twisted Sister, Stay Hungry. The summer of my fifth grade year, going into sixth grade, this album got played non-stop every single day. Like something was wrong with the day. You just felt in your spirit something was wrong with the day if you had not heard or listened to this album to some degree on that day. It's so funny because there was my friend Matt, my friend John, my friend Kevin, and then myself. And all four of us, when we got our first boom boxes, this cassette never left any of our boom boxes. So whomever's house you were at, Twisted Sister Stay Hungry was playing in the background. Whether you're playing football, whether you're playing Atari, whatever the case may be. Dude, where's the Twisted Sister? So, the good old days. So yeah, a fantastic album to have a Japanese pressing in my collection. I do have an original pressing, and which I actually am selling right now since I found this one. And then I also have that, I don't know if it was a record store day release, but that pink and black splattered, that colored vinyl that they released, which is a kind of a cool pressing, considering I don't like colored vinyl that much, but at the same time, it doesn't sound very good at all. So that's one of the reasons why I really wanted to get something else, period, and to get the Japanese pressing, and just kind of a heads up to people out there who may be wanting to buy one. As I said, those colored ones that came out just don't sound as well as the original pressings at all. But just kind of moving along, another great addition, Gary Moore, Corridor of Power. Another awesome, awesome album. There's two different album covers to this, and I don't know which one was the original one, and I actually do have the other one. But I have a Japanese pressing of the CD of this too, and it has this cover as well. So I have to maybe research that sometime and see what cover was what. But yeah, great hard rock album. This is Gary Moore, not in his blues zone, but more so, a lot more so, all the way in is a hard rock zone. And the dude can play, obviously, if you know Gary Moore. So if you're not familiar with this album, want to kind of get a feel, for what he's doing here, I recommend checking out the song Cold Hearted. And I think that song would tell you all you need to know about kind of what Gary did on this album. But again, just a beautiful piece. Love that. And here you have the man, my boy, Rod Stewart. This is a really nice pickup too. I think I got this for like $8, which was awesome. But this is Blondes Have More Fun. Do You Think I'm Sexy and all that great stuff. So great album, nice gatefold. Almost pretty much perfect condition. So that's another great one to add to the collection. That's actually one thing I'm working on right now is I want to get Rod's full discography on vinyl, and I would like to do it all with Japanese pressing. So I guess there'll kind of be a slow, long process, but hopefully we'll get it accomplished at some point. Yeah, love Rod. Next one here, we have The Babies, On the Edge. And this is one that from front to back, I'm not familiar with this album. You know, I like the Babies. There's one or two songs on here that I kind of already knew, but I'm not familiar with the entire album, so I haven't had a chance to listen to this one yet from front to back. But, you know, John Waite, who I absolutely love, lead singer of the Babies there, and I look forward to checking out this entire thing. But another great addition to the collection. They're actually going to be in concert here in like a week or two or something like that, which would be kind of neat. And then the next one here, Linda Ronstadt, and this is Heart Like a Wheel. And I mean, you guys know how I feel about Linda. I've spoken about her a ton of different times. I've shown you guys the Linda Ronstadt box set that I put together there, which I think most of you have seen that, but kind of tilt that there and get an idea, which has all her studio albums in there. But yeah, I mean, when I stumbled across a lot of Japanese pressings, and I mean, I ended up getting all of these Lindas for like, came out to be about $6 or $7 each. I mean, you know, just a great purchase. And so yeah, this is Heart Like a Wheel, which of course has You're No Good on there, which I don't know if that's my favorite Linda Ronstadt song, but it's definitely my favorite one to listen to, if that makes any sense. It's just something about the way that rolls off the system and rolls off the turntable. It's like it was kind of meant to be kind of thing, but you know, some things we can't describe, but just why it makes us feel the way you feel. But yeah, this is Heart Like a Wheel. So it's great getting just a perfect copy of that. And one of the other things I really love about this particular copy is just with this obi and the color scheme and everything, and even just kind of the heavier weight of the cover as compared to the original US pressing that I have. Like, this is one of the things, this copy right here is almost like a reminder of me, of just, not necessarily a reminder, but just a perfect example, I should say, of why I'm loving getting into these Japanese pressings. This just really brings a lot more something to the collector side with these nice pressings. Like, it's literally feels nice to hold them type of thing. And of course, the beauty of the obi strip and everything, that this album just really kind of captures all of that for me. So I'm definitely glad that I'm kind of, you know, evolving in my collection, where I'm getting to the point where I can enjoy other aspects of the music that I haven't enjoyed in the past. If that makes any sense, I hope it does, but if not, just pray for me and we'll move on. So next here, some more Linda. Of course, we have Simple Dreams here. Again, just beautiful, perfect pressing there. You know, it's so easy. Stuff like that is what you have on this album. And these are all very heavy gatefold LPs. You know, a little bit oversized, which is, you'll kind of see here, actually split the bottom of the sleeves I have so it could fit inside of there because they were too big. Because I ran out of my double LP sleeves, but when I get some new ones, I'll replace it. But again, very beautiful copy. Same thing here. Living in the USA. Another perfect condition pressing of that. You know, again, just good old Linda doing her thing. Prisoner in Disguise. Again, just another beautiful piece. I know I keep using that word, but that's just what I think about it every time I see him. So that was another great one, and of course, you know, all kind of great stuff on here as well. I don't necessarily know if I have one favorite song off of this album. I think this is just kind of another one of her albums where you just kind of put it on and listen to everything from front to back. And I'd say the same thing about this one here. So again, just another beautiful copy. And yeah, and Hasten Down the Wind. It's just another one of those albums. It's just, you know, each song is just Linda doing her thing. So I can't say I have one particular favorite song off of that one. And then here you have Mad Love, which also came with that lot. So it is a Japanese pressing, but it didn't have the obi with it. But again, just a very, very nice piece. classic album with Linda. And last but not least, just kind of out of the blue with this showing, the Jacksons' Destiny. So this is a really good pickup as well. This is one of those albums that, like, quite frankly, a lot of the Jackson albums, the one, late 70s, early 80s stuff, that, they're pieces that, okay, I'm not like crazy about them, but there's some stuff on there that I would like to have in my collection. But the two things I always kind of found is I never ever stumble across mint copies of the stuff. Stumble across them everywhere, but they're always very just worn and the whole nine. Or if there is a mint copy somewhere, someone's asking something, I'm just not willing to pay for it. $10, $15, that type of thing. It's like, no, I would like to have it, but I have a greatest hits. I don't necessarily need it. I would just like to have that piece. And so it was nice to actually stumble across one that was in perfect condition that only had $5 on it. So I was like, okay, finally, this will be a part of my collection, which is the Jacksons' Destiny. And this was that time frame that was, to me, just kind of always showed and was a clear indication that Michael was going to go solo. That's kind of what when I hear things like, like the, Can You Feel It and Destiny and all that stuff, it's just like, you could see that Michael was getting ready to like he was just a little too much for what they were trying to do. And so on this one here, some of the biggest hits you probably recall would be, Blame It on the Boogie, or Shake Your Body Down to the Ground, of course, was a huge hit. So this is just a great one. But but I think that was kind of one of the dangers of these Jackson albums, was that, you had Michael singing certain parts, and then you had Jermaine or other people singing certain parts. And there was always a very dangerous thing for them to do within the songs. I don't have any more vinyl to show, so if you don't want to listen to this ramble, feel free to cut off here. But I feel it was always a dangerous thing to do, because it showed just how much they were holding Michael back. Not to be insulting to what they did. I mean, they were the Jacksons, but it just kind of showed how much the Jackson 5 as a whole was holding Michael Jackson back. And one perfect example, I think, that kind of shows that dynamic, and this is kind of, I think, after he went solo, but if you go back and listen to Jermaine Stewart's Tell Me I'm Not Dreaming, Jermaine Jackson, go back and listen to his song, Tell Me I'm Not Dreaming, which is probably my favorite track by him. Jermaine does the first verse, Michael does the second verse. And when Jermaine does the first verse, it sounds like just an average, okay, 80s R&B type of pop song. One that could have easily been just forgotten in, that 80s R&B world and not really made a gigantic impact or whatever else. When Michael comes on and sings the second verse, that could have, if Michael would have done the whole song, that could have easily been a song that was put on the Thriller album. Like it was taken to that level by Michael coming in and doing that second verse. And so every time he's side by side or going back and forth with one of them doing verses and songs, it just kind of showed, God, Mike is just so far, and it's the same song, obviously, of course, they're singing it, but it's just with Mike's delivery and the magic that he had with his his ties and his chamons and all that stuff. It's just, it's his voice, it's his delivery that's the value. That really doesn't make a difference if the song is that good or not. Let Mike sing it, and it's golden type of thing. So anyway, that's just one of the things I always think about and feel when I listen to that later Jackson 5, I guess technically Jackson's stuff. But anyway, just a little ramble there. So as always, let me know what you think, guys. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you stopping by. And we will talk to you soon.